An update on planned solar panels for Barnstable, plans to clear brush from a private road in Katuitt, and the High Arts District is recognized by the state on this episode of Barnstable Today. It's Wednesday, May 23rd, 2012. I'm Sarah Colvin. The High Arts District is now a state-designated cultural district, the first on the Cape and the sixth in Massachusetts. The Massachusetts Cultural Council announced the designation Tuesday afternoon. The town of Barnstable, along with the Hyannis Area Chamber of Commerce, Hyannis Main Street Business Improvement District, and the Cape Cod Art Association, have been working for months to secure the designation. While no money comes with that designation, at least not yet, it is expected to enhance tourism and grow the already successful arts and culture programs and events in the district. The High Arts District encompasses Main Street and the Hyannis Harbor area. More solar power is coming to Barnstable. The town is working with the Cape and Vineyard Electric Cooperative to bring solar arrays to several areas in town, including the transfer station. Energy Coordinator Richard Elrick updated the Renewable Energy Commission this week.
Moving forward, still working on a few contract terms with the selected vendor, which is Broadway Electrical. Broadway Electric, I think is how they're referred. That's a Boston-based vendor. It's been in business for 71 years. Again, the biggest challenge for that project and for the previous round is the NSTAR interconnection follow-up, essentially. Right now we're being told by NSTAR that it's a minimum of 4 months beyond what they had told us was going to be the case for engineering studies to be concluded. They're actually required under their tariff to move at a much more aggressive pace, but there are no penalties in this. So there are proposed, and I think actually scheduled meetings between CVEC and NSTAR to see if there's a way that the interconnection process can be expedited, either by having the vendors pay for consultants to assist with the engineering studies that clearly NSTAR doesn't have staff for, but that is really slowing things down immensely. Also, sort of part of that discussion is the issue of the net metering cap. We were very excited because we thought that it was sort of a done deal that the net metering cap, which is presently set at 1% for private projects and 2% of the total load, 2% for municipal entities, and it was going to be raised according to the Senate version of the bill, is 3% for private and 3% for municipalities. But I understand it now is portions of the bill are being resisted by some members of the House, and it's going to be going to a joint committee for review and reconciliation, and we hope that whatever elements of the Senate bill, and forgive me for not having the number at hand, but as soon as we get some more information about the specifics of why the House is resistant, we'll get that to you, and then it'll simply, we'll CVEC and the other energy committees are going to ask their members to contact your House members to ask them to move on this net metering cap.
Electric vehicle charging stations are also part of the town's green initiatives. 4 stations will soon be installed around Barnstable, according to Elrick.
The town will have to put in several $100s of capital cost itself and do the actual installation of the concrete pads and running the circuit to the pads, and then the EV charging station vendors will do the actual installation. We're still hoping that we can get them installed sometime this summer, but DPW is for our town is straight out until July 4th, so scheduling something has been a little bit slow. But again, those 4 stations, of course, are here at Town Hall, at the North Street Comfort Station, at the high school, and at the county complex.
The charging stations will be available to the public to use for no initial charge. The Department of Public Works wishes to make temporary repairs to Rushy Marsh Road in Katuitt. Residents raised concerns that emergency vehicles may not be able to access the private road in the event of a fire or other issue. Michael Perry, Highway Department Supervisor, outlined the plan in front of the Conservation Commission this week.
The procedure with the Highway Department is to perform temporary road repairs. That section of Rushing Marsh Road is a private section, and the town does not maintain full-time repairs or maintenance on private roads, but we make emergency temporary repairs, mainly for the access of emergency vehicles such as fire and police.
Well, is there an emergency?
Well, I have an email here from Chief Olson indicating that he'd have some difficulty maneuvering his equipment through that section of the road because it's so overgrown, so he has to take an alternate route, which means that could be a little detrimental, especially in the winter months where the roads have been plowed and they're a little bit narrower, so it might slow response time down. It's so overgrown you can't even get a car, a small car down the road.
I understand that, but does this mean that you're going to be, it's not short-term, it's going to be permanent? You're going to continue to maintain it?
It's just not permanently maintained. We'll only respond to an emergency situation. First, what we'll do is bring the road back up to a safe grade so the apparatus can pass through it. Then as time goes on in the future, if there's a need for an emergency repair, say that another gully opens up in the middle of the road where the emergency vehicles can't access, we will go back in and fill with just some native stone or dense grade.
And will you have to come back to us for that?
I believe that'd probably be up to you, but under normal circumstances, no. We would just, reason why we're looking for your approval tonight is because we have to brush back the road first, the vegetation, and then we have to put down the material we're going to use. And then from there on, we would continue to use the same material if need be, if repairs were needed.
And how is it selected as to which private roads get this treatment?
This is all based on a resident complaint. They had some concerns about access to their property. They live down towards the end of the road, and they have some issues with if they had an emergency, a medical emergency, would the fire department be able to respond in a timely fashion?
One commissioner raised a question regarding debris seen in the area.
Since it's a private road, this is definitely not your issue, but I noticed that there's a lot of stuff that's just dumped there. And it would be great if the people who are benefiting from your work would do something about cleaning that up.
Under normal circumstances, and the procedure is, we would not pick up litter that's been dumped on private roads. We don't consider that an emergency.
Right.
The road construction that we're looking to do falls under the criteria, in our opinion, that it could be an emergency situation. So we're looking to just bring the road up to par. We would have to go out and we would respond by going out to look to see what's there. There are certain items that we would respond to. An example would be if a refrigerator was dropped off. That is, in our opinion, an emergency because a small child could get trapped in it if they just decide to play around it. A bag of leaves is not considered an emergency. So under normal circumstances, we would not respond to that.
Well, it's not, it's more of a bag of leaves kind of thing, and it is not your problem, but it would, as I said, it would be good if someone stepped up to the plate and took care of that. Like
what we will do is
the people who live at the end of the road.
We always encourage the homeowners to take pride in their neighborhood, especially on a private road. But what we would do is go out and evaluate the situation and then make a determination from there.
You can purchase 2012 beach stickers in person 7 days a week at the Hyannis Youth and Community Center. In-person hours run 7 days a week, again Monday through Friday from 9 to 4, Sundays and holidays from 9 to noon. Application, permit, and permit rules and regulations are available online at the town's website under the HYCC link. The Barnstable Senior Center is hosting an intergenerational breakfast in honor of our veterans beginning at 9 a.m. tomorrow, May 24th. The Memorial Day ceremony includes an engaging conversation with veterans from numerous wars in American history and students from Barnstable High School. The program is hosted in partnership with the Veterans Services Division. This Friday, beginning at 9 a.m., the Barnstable Horace Mann Charter School in Marston's Mills is holding a special ceremony including music, songs, poem recitation, and attendees will hear from featured speaker Dr. Dana Moeller-Faria, an Air Force veteran and current president of Bridgewater State University. This Sunday, Cape Cod Cares for the Troops will hold their 8th annual Troops in the Spotlight at the Kmart Plaza, Route 132 in Hyannis, beginning at 11:30 a.m. Military personnel will stand at attention on stage in 1-hour shifts for 24 hours. The event honors and supports U.S. troops currently serving, veterans, wounded warriors, and Gold Star heroes and their families. With Barnstable Today, I'm Sarah Colvin.